Welcome back to the channel, buddy, and I hope you're doing fine. Finally, another video about hunger. In case you missed it, a couple months ago I did this video as an introduction video to my channel, what the game is about. It's a hack and slash shooter extraction game. So, if you want to have more details, you can rewatch that video really quickly. We will do now multiple videos about hunger because the devs shared quite a lot of concept art, screenshots, rendered pictures and other stuff, and we will analyze this. Today is gonna be another podcast type style of video. Now, before you're complaining, oh my god, again, no gameplay footage in this video, and you know what? Fair enough. I too tried to not get too hyped before I actually get the opportunity to play the game, so my final verdict will still be in the hopefully near future. However, in this month they will release a gameplay trailer, so then we will know a little bit more how the combat will look like. Now, luckily I got a lot of material from the devs. We will talk about weapons, ranged weapons, but also melee weapons, because apparently there's a way bigger focus on melee compared to, for example, Hunt Showdown. Then we will go through some tools and consumables, and at the end I will show you a little bit of concept art from the bags that you can carry in this game. There will be more topics in the future, and I think I will do a survey on my socials. You can check out my link tree in the description if you want to participate in that survey, because there is concept art, dungeon concept stuff. There is more about the level design, points of interest, enemies, so it's too much for a single video. And honestly, I like it to do every couple days a video about hunger and not wait for another couple months until I can do something. So yeah, I would say enough talking, let's get started with the video. Okay, let's start with the ranged weapons, because I think there will be the biggest interest for that. And we're gonna start with the Auster. Now, again, a few of these screenshots are already discussed in a previous video, so those I will just fast forward through them. So the Auster right here is, in my opinion, a flintlock pistol with two barrels, and you have two triggers. So I assume one is for the upper barrel and one is for the lower barrel. Maybe you can even shoot both of them at the same time for an ultimate destruction move, which would be kick-ass. Next one is gonna be this one right here, and as you can see, you have again the two barrels, but you only have one trigger. But you can prime the top and the lower end, so maybe it's the same. Maybe this one can fire only one at a time because you have only one trigger, and that's the big difference. But I think that one looks pretty nice too. Then again, something that I showed before is the Barking Iron. So Final Fantasy fans, I hope you're gonna be happy about this one. You know, when people just wiggle left, right, and they jump up and down and it's hard to hit them, just stab them first. Pin them in place, then pull the trigger. Problems solved. So that one will just be, I think, a fun weapon. Something that you also could see in Hunt. But hey, then this one, the Borodino, I didn't get that one correctly last time. And as always, feel free to comment in the comment section below to educate me, because some of these weapons that I'm going to show to you, they are old and I do not fully understand how they work. But this right here seems to be a pepperbox pistol. So this one here, as you can see, you have like a screw here, so you can pop that one open. Because normally the pepperbox pistols, you have the powder in each barrel, and you put the bullet into each barrel, and then you can shoot that. Seems cool. There is also no drum, so I assume you just shoot all of them at once. Because, yeah, since you have the screw here, nothing can really rotate. So, how powerful the pepperbox will be depends on how many bullets you could load in there in time. So, might be pretty fun to see how that looks in actual gameplay. But yeah, the real destructive power of the Borodino, we have to play the game first to guess how strong it is. It might just be like a Derringer and Hunt Showdown. Not too destructive, more like a last resort. Maybe this is not even a gun and it's more like a tool. We will see. Then the next one is going to be the Cavalier. And that looks a lot, again, like a flintlock pistol. The one thing that kind of confuses me about this one, it looks like you can open the back of the pistol and you load it from the back. Not like the regular flintlock where you have to put the powder in the front and then you have to put the bullet in there. So maybe this one is faster to reload and that's basically its benefit. We will see. The next one, and this is gonna be most likely my favorite gun from, well, the arsenal that I'm gonna share with you today. That one is called the Ceinture. I hope I pronounce this correctly because Ceinture is French and basically means belt. Okay? And I think this is a very unique weapon. Let's check out the middle part. So what is this actually? So I did some digging with that. And I got some help from the devs too because I could not find the real life counterpart. But there is actually a weapon video from Ian from Forgotten Weapons, which I will put in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. So basically this is a semi-auto rifle. And yes, those existed back in the days. I mean, obviously, since Ian made a video about that. And you can see the mechanism at the middle part and you have all these holes. So how this works is you actually have a magazine that you put into the gun with 7 shots. I think this one has 7 shots too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe this one has less for balancing reasons. I'm not 100% sure. So everywhere you have a hole means you have powder and a bullet. And what you do is the left side goes back every time you shoot, and you shoot a bullet, you adjust the mechanism, you draw it back, you shoot again. It's too much to explain this right now. I do not think that the rate of fire will be a super big problem because there's still a lot that has to move, so it's not gonna be like bang, 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 bang. But semi-auto basically means you don't have to load anything, right? You just pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger. And the real-life counterpart has a, how do I call this? A secondary trigger handle that helps you pull the ignition mechanism backwards to go to the next chamber. It's crazy cool in my opinion, so check out the video from Ian. But that will be probably one of the higher tier weapons. That would be my guess at least, because everything else will probably not have that rate of fire. It's also interesting because the game claims to be more focused on melee, and semi-auto weapons, yeah, they don't really give you the impression that a melee charge against somebody who has this weapon would be a smart choice. But again, as always, let's see how this will turn out. Then, we have this one here, and this is called the Lousville. Again, probably butchered the pronunciation. And that looks like your standard musket, maybe a different caliber. So I think the balancing in Hunger, when it comes to ranged weapons, is all about rate of fire, how powerful they are. Yeah, so this looks to me like one of the more basic weapons, maybe one of the starter guns. The next one that we have is the Jager, and maybe this is just a different angle, but that barrel looks very thick. So this looks like a big caliber gun. And the next thing, I tried to do more research for these weapons before I release this video, so I have somewhat of a clue what I'm talking to you about. But I was just running out of time. I want to release this video reasonably fast. But this looks to me like an odd, well, handle down there. It's almost like something that you can lever, but I don't see a mechanism where you can do the levering animation. Then you also have this little metal plate at the stock. So maybe you can open and it's like loading from the back, like for example the 1865 carbine that we have in Hun Showdown. And you can basically lever the bullets into the barrel and shoot multiple bullets very quickly. I don't know. I didn't find the real-life counterpart from that. I found parts of it, but yeah, this is maybe a riddle for the viewers to discuss in the comment section. Next one is gonna be the Kompas. My dear lord. So, I think This looks a lot like a Sparks rifle or like a Sharps rifle when you want to mention the real-life counterpart to the Sparks rifle from Hunt Showdown. And yeah, it seems like the firing mechanism is just crazy. You know that actually exists in real life, and it's called, I think, harmonica reload. So this would be a picture from it. And might be very powerful because the Sharps rifle shoots cartridges that hurt, and then you can just like push it over and fire the next round quickly. Wilds, very cool, and even I don't know. I just want to play this. Kompas looks amazing. I would like to see that even for Sparks in in Hunt Showdown. So this harmonica reload obviously is for, well, faster shooting from single shot rifles. Looking at you there, Martini Henry Ironside. That looks like a better solution right here. Okay, huge fan of that one. This one together with the Ceinture is probably the weapons that I would like to try the most. Then we have a little bit more. We have the Lionne. And that one, yeah, Christ, this is like the Frankenstein gun, right? You have like a rifle, you have a long barrel, but you have the drum from a pistol, and you have this mechanism to apparently lever the gun, and Jesus Christ. I think for the Hunt Showdown viewers, Lamette Carbine, right? That's how it will probably be played in Hunger. Then we have another flintlock pistol, and that one is snub-nosed. So you have a very short barrel. I don't know why you have this, so it's probably cheaper than the regular flintlocks. Maybe you can load them faster, but therefore they have less accuracy and less damage. I think they look cool, but again, I still don't know. Will there be weapons that are like tools and they do not take up your weapon slot, and this is like a backup? I also don't know how many weapons you can bring, right? So I sadly am a little bit biased because of Hunt Showdown, so I think a lot in Hunt Showdown patterns. So I have a primary, a secondary, but some guns can be tools too, right? So maybe you can only have one weapon. Maybe you can have only one ranged weapon and one melee weapon. I don't know exactly how this will work, and this might be your penny shot Derringer. Now, this will be very confusing for people who never played Hunt Showdown before and clicked on this video because they want info about Hunger, so my apologies for that one. Basically, a penny shot Derringer is lots of damage, but you have to be very, very close because, well, the penny ammo goes freaking everywhere. I have another concept art here, or basically a skin for this one, and I really like this with the skeletons dancing there. Oh, yes, dude. Now, there is more focus on melee, but as you can see, you want to snipe, there will be guns for you too. We have here the Swan, and again, this reload mechanism is something that I need to look up, because there is, again, no drum. There's nothing that you can rotate. However, you can see a little latch there, and this kind of opens at the bottom. And I guess you reload it from over there. Whew. Yeah. So, but there will be something for every playstyle. Let's see if they can balance that, or if there will be something, yeah, rather overpowered. There's also another one. We have here the Voir, so another sniper weapon. The interesting part is those look like all sniper scopes, right? So you have sometimes shorter scopes for shorter distances, and this will be all for very long range. Now, this seems to have like a magazine here at the bottom, so I would assume less damage compared to the previous one, but higher rate of fire. Okay, there is more though. And this one is really interesting. It is called the Drak. So this is for your short range sniper fever dreams, I assume. And it has no iron sights. So, the one thing that I dislike in Hunt Showdown is that you have guns that have this, well, scope to the left, correct? And still have the iron sights, but you cannot toggle between the scope and the iron sights. I know why this is the case, because, well, balance reason, otherwise these guns would be a no-brainer to pick. So, that thing just has, well, no front post from the iron sight at least. Maybe there is something in the back. It doesn't look like it though. So this might be your budget sniper. And yeah, you can see a bolt action here. Interesting. We have one more, and that's going to be the Vepr. And this might be half realism, half fantasy. Now, this is called a turret rifle. This might be a late game weapon. And I don't know what exactly you put in there. Some of my viewers, I show some of the stuff during my live streams. Oh, this looks like you put shotgun shells in there, and it's like a turret shotgun rifle. Yeah, okay. So decent rate of fire, and it takes a while until you need to reload this because it has like, what, 12 bullets in it? Or 12 shells, depending on what you think that has loaded. The actual turret rifle that I saw worked a little bit differently than this, but definitely was the inspiration for this. So again, I'm dropping something in the description below for that gun. But I think a shotgun might be a very good guess, and I'm saying this because iron sights? There's nothing at the front, right? You have the back iron sights, but it does not align with anything. So I assume this will be a close range, very devastating shotgun. Yeah, so I'm gonna try melee builds. And I don't want to think too much in, you know, old patterns. So I personally do not want to charge any of these weapons with a knife. But luckily, the game is giving us more than just knives. Okay, some of these screenshots that I will show you today, they are pretty straightforward, right? So here we have the axe that I already showed in the previous video. And this might be two-handed, might be one-handed. There will be smaller axes like this one here. That's definitely one-handed. Now, maybe this is just a fantasy of mine. Gonna be completely honest about this. Maybe you can dual wield them. I mean, clearly they show two in the picture, so obviously there has to be dual wielding in the game for the true berserkers out there that wanna unleash their deadly fury. So, seems more like a beginner weapon though, because that blade is made out of stone. Don't get me wrong, that hitting your head, probably not very good. Then there will be also a lot of daggers. And the next screenshots we go a little bit through skins. So yes, there will be cosmetics for the game. I think we will not find a game anymore without cosmetics. So let's see if the cosmetics are at least very fucking awesome. So we have here the first dagger skin, the Golgotha. Yeah, I mean, one way to send somebody straight to their god is stabbing them with this. The artwork is amazing, huge fan of that one. And what's left from them, from your poor victim, you can make the harrow. That would be a dagger for dark rituals, I would assume. Yeah, also pretty fucking cool. Now, there are a few things like this one here, the Kraken, and you're probably like, oh nice, I know that. This is what you basically use to grab blades and then break them, and super fancy. This is just gonna be a skin. Okay, so all of them are daggers, they all do the same. Maybe there's an inspect animation where you can do this just to show off, but otherwise there will be nothing like that where you can grab blades and then break them, because would be sick, but not a thing. Then we have the Misericord, so I totally butchered that one again. And yeah, this looks more like a tool. This looks more like a lockpick to your heart after stabbing you with it. Beautiful. Now, very creative. I like this. I don't know how sturdy these weapons would be in actual combat. That looks kind of meh, but hey, at least you have a handguard there, so that is cool. Then we have the Sindel. Yeah, probably one of the more basic skins, I would say. might be good. Honestly, some of these skins are very over the top, especially the first dagger that I showed to you. And a lot of people like it a little bit more simple. Then we have the stack, yeah, made out of bone and metal. So, fancy one. What kind of word I'm looking here? Well, like noble. It looks like a good hunting weapon, right? This is somebody who goes out in the woods, does a lot of hunting with game and makes it himself as a reward. Looks epic. Then we have the Tenebris. Okay, that looks like a giant nail. Don't want to get pinned by that. A little overview from all the skins that we know exist in the game so far. Okay, then let's go to something way bigger. Oh, did I miss one? I did miss one. Oh no, my order is wrong here. Well, okay. We have one more, and this is the Emperor's Talon. Yeah. So, this is like from the Romans, I guess. Yeah, I know it's used also in different parts of history, but that didn't exist there at the times. They have this on their weapons from the Romans, I think. And somebody in the comment section on my previous video mentioned it's like to show dominance and authority. Would go very well with the Emperor's Talon name. Okay, now, bigger stuff though. A halberd. So you get some big-ass weapons. Now, I don't know if those are different skins for the same weapon, because some of them have blunt damage parts and some of them don't. Like the one at the bottom has only for poking and for rending, and the top one and maybe even the middle one, the backside looks like blunt damage, and the top one, it looks like you can even attack with the end of the weapon. It seems like all of them have some reinforced parts there too, to maybe do an attack with that. I never fought with a halberd, yeah, go figure. So maybe there is somebody in the comment section who can educate me. Fucking crazy though, and I'm gonna charge you with that one, so take cover. Longsword, pretty basic, but needs to be part of a game when you claim that melee is important for you. Again, the art of the game is amazing, but maybe you don't want to poke and slash. Maybe you want to have a quick bonk. And, well, the mace is maybe the weapon of choice for you. We also have the rapier. Again, very noble. My god, look at this. Let me get a little bit closer to this. Yes. So, maybe these weapons will have different abilities like piercing damage, and depending on the armor you're wearing. Yes, armor's a thing. We will do this in a different video. Some weapons will be better and some weapons might suck. So, we will have to wait and see. There's also a short sword and a Waraxe. That's something that I covered already in the previous video when I talked about skins for weapons. My god, I love the detail on that. I have one more weapon, and that is my favorite from all the melee weapons. And that right here is a Zweihander. And it does a lot of damage, hopefully. I can't wait to cut people in half. I hope, and this is one of, well, how do I put this? My big fears when it comes to hunger and melee system. How will it work? Ideally, you have something like Mortar or Chivalry, but that is probably over the top. But I want more than just basic swinging. Please let there be a parry system or something, because otherwise this will get weird. But at Zweihander, dude, I'm all here for that. Now, I showed you now screenshots, sadly, and some concept art, also some rendered stuff from weapons for shooting and for slashing. And I would say we go to tools and consumables, because there's a lot of fancy stuff over there. So whenever I do these videos, I try to cluster them, and let's see how it goes with the tools and consumables. Now, you're not a savage, right? So when you take your weapons into the match, you need to properly carry them. So there are Gunbags, and I don't know if they will be on your character, or maybe they are loot containers, right? So when you find this hunting gun bag or this holster there on the left, maybe you know, oh, there might be a gun in there. and you can search that for good weapons. There's also an armor chest, so where you will probably find armor patches to repairing your armor, maybe where you can find ammo. So I don't know if this is something that you carry on your character, or if they have more purpose of loot container, but we will see. Something that really surprised me, there will be keys in the game, so maybe you need these keys to loot chests. Maybe they open dungeons, because yes, there will be dungeons. Maybe you can only enter specific areas on maps when you have a key. A little bit like Tarkov, maybe. They look cool. So I think you will need those to enter dungeons. But maybe I'm wrong. Then there's a lot of, sadly, only concept art for the traps. And I just assume this stuff will be in the game. Because just because it's concept art doesn't mean it will actually be in the game, right? There was also concept art for, well, a crown and king with a drum mag. And that luckily stayed concept art. Okay, but here we have the man trap. Because, well, there apparently are no bears in the game. And you have the other explosive ones. That looks like a tripwire. Well, and apparently the grenades are stored in chopped off heads. Because, why not? Cool. Then we have more here. You have a crude mine. So you have a mechanism that is very similar to what you have with the man trap. You step into it, and then you have here the flint. This is looking... I like how much thought went into this. And you just go kaboom. You have even a more detailed variant up there, or variant, a more detailed explanation. You have this little saw blade thingy there, going across the flint, igniting the tinder, and then it explodes. So it looks like it takes a while for it to explode. So you don't stab on it, and then kaboom, you stab on it, and you hear a fuse, and then you know... better get the F out of there. The rare mine, what does it say on it? Guide de l'enfer. So enfer, I think, means hell. So this one will probably send you straight to hell. And that one, you step on it and it goes kaboom immediately. I don't think that it will be one of those mines where you step on it and as long as you stay on it, it's not going to explode. Because I don't think they will add any diffuse tools. Because that would be crazy specific. Oh yeah, I give you here this tool. Whenever you step on a mine, you can defuse it yourself as long as you're not moving. Yeah, I don't think that will be a thing. I think you just go kaboom. So, I hope they are rare. And honestly, traps should never insta-kill. Because dying to traps that insta-kill is kinda lame. Yes, I know, on Showdown. Yes, I know, I like to play with traps that kill you instantly. But at the end of the day, maybe we should not do this. We have more though. We have the onion. And I think the onion is a very spicy one. I don't exactly know what it's doing, but I assume you have nails there, and in the middle there's black powder. You pull the pin, it explodes, and the nails go everywhere, and you will be Swiss cheese. Cheese and onion. Now, the only thing that you need is soup, and you're done with your lunch. We have the iron caltrop. Now, this might be cool when you play a sniper and you have the caltrops and you drop them and they slow people that are charging you with melee. Maybe they apply bleed. I don't even know what kind of status effects will be in the game, but bleed is a very common one. Maybe it does just damage and applies bleed. Maybe it slows you. Not sure yet. Then we have an uncommon trap. I guess kaboom. I find it interesting that there are a lot of crosses on it. And now I have the question, will there be items that are more against the enemies? So you have like holy water maybe that do nothing against regular players but are very good against the people that are infected. God, I need to play this game. Next one, we have Bloodbags. So this is how you maybe revive somebody, because we do have healing potions. I don't know if there will be a revive mechanic. If there will be one, I could see the Bloodbag a cool mechanic. Like, it's not something that you can do quickly. You stab the dude who's stunned and then you squeeze the Bloodbag, and that's how you bring them back to life, because there's some magic juice in there that you got from the Holy Church. Maybe. Maybe it's just something that heals a lot, but it takes a long time. So maybe some cheap healing out of combat? I don't know. I don't know. But very, very fucking cool looking. Next thing. Let's talk about grenades. This one is a poison grenade. And you can already see some grubs in there. Yeah, how about no? I wonder, will it be a cloud like in Hunt Showdown, or will it be like a puddle of poison on the ground? Can I still jump it? Is it more for zoning? So apparently there will be poison in the game. So I didn't see any antidote shots yet, but what do I know? Next one, grenades, holy grenades. May you fertilize this soil with your mortal body. Now, I showed already the bottom one, not the top one though. And people say they're like musket balls in there, and when the powder explodes inside, it shoots these musket balls in all directions, and they deal a lot of damage, but have limited range. Hand grenades, okay? Again, maybe there's a regular one and a holy one? Maybe the top one does more damage? Because there are engravings and there's magic, so I don't know. Well, there is not really magic in the game, but maybe there is some supernatural stuff going on there. This is concept art, and maybe this will come one day. We have a magnesium grenade. So something that will burn very hot. Pull out, then shake the nade. And strike. Okay, strike, pull out. Okay. Alright, so this will probably be some sort of firebomb. And the one on the right, unscrew and pull. It looks like something you have to shake for half an eternity, and then you can toss it while making a crap ton of noise. Could this be a flash bomb? It looks like a flash bomb. But this might just be, again, my Hunt Showdown filter applied to it. Might be a holy grenade with holy water. Not 100% sure, and honestly, it looks a bit more... This is... No, I don't... Is it a flash bomb? It looks like there's vapor leaving that glass thingy. It's supposed to break, I assume. But why do you have openings then where the vapor can leave? Maybe it's a different form of poison grenade then, and the vapor is lethal? You know what this could be? Maybe it's even a healing grenade. You toss it on the ground and everybody who's standing in it gets heals? Difficult? I like it though. Then, there is more stuff here for grenades. Unscrew and remove, then use lighter. I hope that thing is strong, because the flash bomb in Hunt Showdown, I'm sorry that I'm always taking Hunt Showdown as an example, but most of my viewers know that game, and I think it's nice to do some comparison. Some tools, consumables in Hunt Showdown are weak, because the prepping takes a long of time. For example, the flash bomb, you need to shake it, then you need to pop it, and then you can toss it, and everybody can hear that and prep. Like, it's literally multiple seconds before you can toss it. Maybe it's a balance reason, because if this is a very strong explosive, you can hear the guy unscrew the grenade, pull out his lighter, you can hear maybe the lighter sound, you can hear the sizzling, then he needs to screw it back again and then toss it. Gives a lot of time the enemy player to either push and kill you or to fall back. Maybe this is just a concept art that didn't make it into the game. But hey, then we have another one when it burns. Maybe something like... I have no idea. Firebomb? Turn key 3 times, then throw. With the cross again. Very flavorful. I like that. Well, theory crafting in the comment section, go. Then this one, straightforward, this is going to be a smoke grenade. Which I find kind of interesting, because smoke grenades will help a lot when you play melee to push people who are shooting, or at least I assume. So that is very neat. And yes, that looks exactly like the stuff that they use in the church. What else do we have? Now, this seems like some ammo stuff, because I actually have the medium one. This is where I store my gunpowder. So you have different bags for your gunpowder. I think the crude, medium, and heavy is where you store it. And the heavy one seems to have a mechanism. You open it, and the powder is just like going into the gun. Okay. Yeah, I like that. For faster reloads, maybe. I assume that with the heavy black powder tool, you can do faster reloads. Interesting. You also have like, well, how do I call this? Like a drum reload, the refined one, like the swift reload in Hunt Showdown. And then we have exotic. That almost looks like a drum mag. So maybe they have guns that they didn't show us yet, and they use drum mags. Again, drum mags, but you want to implement a melee system? Why not? Let's see how it will all work out. What you can find then in the map, or I assume you can find that, is a lockbox. And you have a code at top. So maybe you can look for hints in the map or in dungeons, and then you can open these boxes. Who knows? And then it has good rewards. I hope it has good rewards. Now, healing items, or at least I assume some of them are healing items, especially the middle one and then the two to the right. I don't know what the other two are. I can't really read. I think this is French again. Corduitine. And then allumettes. Allumettes are matches. So maybe this is what you need to light fuses? Is this like your lighter system? Or how does this work? And the other one, Letrune. I don't know what that is. So again, if I have any French viewers, please educate me what that could be. But yeah, you have like small healing, big healing, and very big healing. It looks like something you can drink. I saw another screenshot somewhere, this one right here, with blue stuff in it. And you open it and it's actually vapor. So maybe it's something that you inhale? I am not 100% sure. Then Bloodbag is something that I showed you already. This looks like your default Bloodbag. Is that skin? Is this like a stomach and they dried it and then they put blood in it? Okay, there are more skins here. Oh my god, IRL flash bomb. If you're watching this in your bed on your phone at night, my apologies. A few close-ups from the Bloodbags that I think I showed you earlier already. Should have showed them earlier, right? Then we have this here, and those are armor stabs. So you're pulling out the fuse, sparks and smoke, sound effects, FX. Stamping part gets hot. Then you insert the armor patch. Pressing with smoke, sparks, after applying patch, throwing away empty stab. What exactly is this doing? Is this how you reinforce your armor with buffs? So, let's theory craft here a little bit. Maybe you can buy these stamps and they have like buffs and you put them on your armor to reinforce them. Like now they're like, I don't know, blessed by the god and gives you resistance against the diseased people. Maybe it's a repair kit and you're using these stamping parts to close holes from your armor? It doesn't look like a very big device though. Maybe it's just for cosmetics. I have no clue. Then, since we were talking about repairing, there's a repair patch for armor. I will just quickly go through them and you can see that they're getting tankier and tankier with every picture. And my assumption is when you have like the super heavy armor, you most likely will be slower. But that's just an assumption by me. Also, those are the repair tools that you can use for those. So maybe you need to unlock them, find them. Maybe there are vendors that sell them. You get them after a certain reputation level, because yes, reputation levels will be a thing in this game. So you will not have access to the bigger repair patches at the beginning of the game. Yeah, a lot of question marks that we can also, or that we can only solve by playing the game. Yes, I'm mentioning this a lot because no pressure, my dear devs, but I would like to play this. Then at the end, and we go through this very quickly, those will be the bags that you can carry, and there will be bags for your hip and bags for your, you guessed already, for your bag. Now, at the beginning, I guess we will all run around with these pouches there and rusty buckets. And then later, we will get the better stuff. There is some really fancy stuff here. And I just let you decide which one you like. And they will all probably come with more inventory space. Oh, the Pegasus is looking pretty epic. But yeah, the butterfly canister. Yeah, why not? And then we have some backpacks. Again, the beginner ones with a damp sack and 4 aging basket. And yeah, nothing too fancy. But as you can see, we go high up there. Yeah, they get pretty epic. And with that, that's it for today. As always, in case you enjoy my Hunger content and you like these podcasts, well, it's not really a podcast, it's a podcast with pictures. Drop a like maybe. I know this YouTuber begging is annoying. I try to make a survey what I should do next in video for a follow-up Hunger video that will hopefully hit on Thursday. But I let you decide what you want to see next, because there's a lot of topics and I do not want to make a 3-hour video covering 300 screenshots. I want to make multiple ones. So once that's done, I'm gonna link that in the pinned comment. Feel free to join me with that. Also, exclamation mark Linktree in the Twitch chat, but also in the description there's a Linktree if you want to follow my socials. Yes, a lot of chilling going on here. I'm saying this because the last couple days I teasered a lot of the stuff that I showed in the video. So if you can't wait and you want to see more stuff, following them social media channels might be a good choice. Okay, enough selling out here. Love it. Can't wait to play the game. Let's roll the outro. Yeah, that's it for today. Just want to use this moment to say thank you to my patrons. You guys are, as always, a blast, and I hope lots of you will join me in my Hunger adventure too. As always, we have to wait. We have to play the game. What I see so far, it's great. The funding is there. The team is there. The art style is there. The ideas are great. Didn't see the combat system yet, though, and that will be super duper key. Okay, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Thank you for watching. We're gonna do a little bit of info dump about Hunger and Hunt Showdown gameplay videos over the next couple days. And I'm really looking forward to that. I see you in the next one. Until then, have a good day and bye bye.